Hello and welcome. I'm Ed Hannon from the Channel Company. And if you thought the rise of the remote workforce as a byproduct of the coronavirus meant that cyber attacks were a thing of the past, think again. A more diversified workforce only reinforces the importance of vigilance against cyber threats. And though you're likely offering your customers the latest and greatest security solutions, the human element is hard to ignore. Thankfully, security automation lowers the risk of human error and raises your security profile. Joining me today to talk about all this is the product marketing manager with WatchGuard, Stephen Helm. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us. And I just need to start with the first question. What areas of security management are cumbersome or time-consuming for organizations today?
And the first thing I'd say is that complexity is the enemy of security, and many businesses find that security takes up a disproportionate amount of their IT team's time. And this is especially so when you start to bring compliance requirements into the mix here. It becomes even worse when you realize that a lot of these organizations, despite their best efforts, are actually missing threats because they just don't have the expertise or the solutions that they need in place to capture those threats, to prevent those threats. And part of this is because IT teams simply struggle to keep their environment up to date and patched. And they're left with a process of remediation and recovery after a cyber attack that they're not really well positioned to be able to tackle themselves. So it's a quite sizable challenge for a lot of these organizations.
What areas of security management do you think are particularly helpful to automate?
The first thing is initial deployment. You want to get it right the first time, and that's getting things deployed with best practices, doing it very simply. And that really comes down to how easy are these solutions for your team to learn and to implement. And so if you don't have a team that has a lot of security skills and expertise, it's very, very important that you have a simple platform that allows you to easily get best practices deployed. Then things like ongoing maintenance, so patching, updating, refreshing your environment, doing support tasks, whether or not it's receiving those tickets from your support needs or those requests, maybe even managing licensing across your entire environment. And as you get more complex and more granular in dealing with threats, things like triage, threat scoring, how you can actually look at individual indicators of compromise and make sense of them very quickly so you can take actions on top of that. And then finally, things like threat preparedness. There's a lot of automation that can be thrown behind preparedness now that we have artificial intelligence within the cybersecurity arena. AI is great because it allows you to move away from known threat discovery and really attack unknown threats without requiring signatures or those type of known approaches to preventative security.
And how important is automation when you're evaluating a new vendor?
It's extremely, extremely important no matter where you are on your security journey. So, if you have a team that's more capable, you're probably looking for automation that allows them to remediate things quicker. But if you have a team that doesn't have a tremendous amount of security skill, again, it comes down to that simplicity, reducing complexity in their day-to-day, how they're managing the security infrastructure. It's important to understand your needs, but also your team's capacity to manage that solution. Because something that seems like a minor inconvenience in something like a product demo can be a major issue in deployment when your team has to deal with it live.
Finally, how does WatchGuard leverage automation to make deployment management and reporting easier for their partner community?
Well, we really focus on bringing simple, effective security to mid-sized businesses just like yours. Automation is really at the heart of what we do, and it saved our customers thousands of hours, freeing them to focus on other priorities. We offer network firewalls, multi-factor authentication, secure Wi-Fi, and endpoint security, all which are designed for the unique needs of the mid-sized business.
If you'd like to learn more about WatchGuard or become a partner, just visit the web address at the bottom of your screen. Once again, I'm Ed Hannon, and thanks for watching.